Okay, so this is a 5-minute drum lesson video. In this video I'm going to talk about drag or rough interpretation. First, let's talk about what a drag is, or a rough. And there's two different names, and to be honest with you, I can't tell you why we have two different names of it, but some rudiments we do have a couple different names for things, and I imagine it's just sort of a cultural thing, the drumming activity developing in different areas around the world, and let's just say the United States, and different terms being used for the same things. So you'll see the word rough on a lot of older rudiment sheets, but I don't ever hear anybody these days refer to them as roughs. They're referred to as drags, so I'm going to talk to them, or talk about it with the drag name. So to play a drag, it's not too much different than a flam. That's a good reference point to start with. So if you don't know what a flam is, you should look at that video first. I have a video on flams. It's a 5-minute drum lesson video. So with a flam, what you have is a little note and a big note. So if I'm doing a right-handed flam, that's what it would be. The little note hits first, and then the big note hits second. Now, when you do a drag, it's still sort of the same concept, except the little note becomes multiple little notes before the big note. So in this case, I'm doing two little notes, and then a big note. Now, the drag part doesn't have to be specifically two notes. It could be three. It could be a closed buzz. It could be four. But when you get into things like fours, you may want to consider other sticking, because doing this, it's kind of hard to do. So some people will do it like this. Now, you might say, isn't that just a 5-stroke roll? Yeah, it is just a 5-stroke roll. But how you think of it could be a little bit different based on the context of the music that you're playing. Now, if I'm doing the 3, this is an interesting thing. I had this whole conversation with my college professor about how to interpret these. He was wanting me to play them like this. So right, right, left, right. I wanted to play them like this. But another real common interpretation of it would be this. So let me explain what's going on in my thinking behind it. So when you stroke it out like this, so you're playing a single stroke 4, actually. And there's, I don't see anything wrong with that. But for it to sound like a drag, you got to play it pretty quick, and that's not easy for a lot of people to do, especially when you got to play the last note as an accent. You don't just throw it down. That's easy. That's not easy. So I don't like that, so I don't do it. He was wanting me to do it like this. The reason why is most people have a better developed right hand than they do a left hand. So you would do the double there, because you can get it strong. Fit the left hand in so you can reach up for the accent and the drag. Now, both my hands are pretty decently developed, so I actually don't like that sticking either. I prefer this sticking. And the reason why is it gives me a little bit more time to reach up for that accent. But also, if you see, if I'm doing consecutive ones, this is what my right hand's doing. And I just fit the left hand into it. So, drags are generally either 2 notes before the big note, 3, however you want to do it, or 4, or a buzz. So, as far as anything else goes, it's really all context. They are technically grace notes, so all these notes have to happen before that anchor note, okay? So visit me at tobinwagstaff.com, facebook.com/tobinwagstaffmusic, or youtube.com/tobinwagstaffmusic. Thanks.